on, and my daughter's like, "Who are we rooting for?" And I'm like, "I don't know. I don't really care."
You were rooting for the halftime show, weren't you?
We're live.
We didn't even make it to halftime.
We're live.
We're up. All right, it is 7 o'clock. We're going to call the meeting to order. Bob, could you do a roll call, please?
Sure, absolutely. Physically present is Jeremy Fisher. Physically present is Neil Bieber. Physically present is Robert M. Ferguson Jr. Physically absent is Jerry Nelson. Also present is Peggy Myers, Steve Hicks, and Tony Janeway, and 2 citizens. And Christina will be here probably maybe 15 minutes late or when the meeting's over.
Okay. All right. And you get a chance to look over the meeting minutes. So can I get a motion to approve those?
I make a motion to approve the minutes.
I'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Approve as read. Open issues. Not here. We'll wait for Christina for the park.
It's up to you.
Do you have anything about the park?
I do. I can. We are having a fundraiser, and that's coming up on May the 9th. And we're right in the middle of getting everything finalized for that. And that was the main thing that we've got going on. There still is a little bit of action down there, but not much. It's just been too cold for them to work. It looks like probably March 15th, maybe they'll, May 15th they may be finished. Other than that, we really don't have a whole lot to report.
Okay. Poll track. Christina had sent out today something for us to go over, so we will go over that and keep that on the agenda for next meeting then. Next up, the ILMCT Academy and Institute Conference.
The ILMCT Academy and Institute Conference is coming up on, March 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th. So, and within that, there's also a State Board of Accounts call to order. And Peggy and I both will be attending that. And all we need is we need approval for the meals and mileage and the hotel.
All right, I'll make a motion to approve the meals, mileage, and hotel for the ILMCT Academy and Institute Conference.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Approved.
With that, oh, I'm sorry. I'll let you go ahead and say.
Well, what else do you have with that? Nothing. Okay. Next up, we need to reschedule the board meeting for March. We're looking to move that to March 2nd.
And that would be because Peggy and I both will be out on March the 9th at the ILMCT Academy and Institute.
All right, well, I'll make a motion to approve the board meeting change to March 2nd.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
I will post that tomorrow.
Second.
You're going to second the second? All right. Moving on to new business. Tony.
I reached out to the generator guy. I know we approved everything last month, but there is a few hiccups with it, so we're still working through all this. The big generator that is needed down at the sewer plant, Generac has, I'm sorry, the EPA has come in and told Generac that they have to do better on their engines. So right now, Generac does not have an answer on what they're doing to make their engines more EPA efficient. I also got a quote for this free gas upgrade that we were supposed to be getting from NIPSCO. They changed their mind. It's $6,100 to upgrade the meter for the pole barn. and then another 4,500 to run a line from the pole barn with the parts back to the sewer plant. So a little over $10,000. I reached out to 3 different companies for propane options. And basically, the guy that I've been dealing with on the generator told me that we need a 1,000-gallon propane tank. That would give us 50 hours of runtime. Everybody that I've reached out to that sells propane, which was Keystone, Franger, and then there was a company over by Roanoke, it's called Suburban. Reached out to all 3 of them, none of them will bring me a 1,000-gallon tank. So they don't do that. Now, a few people that I have talked to about this said the reason they won't bring it is because the propane company doesn't make any money off generators because it sits there all year long and they don't use it. So, okay. I talked to them, me and Bob talked about it, I talked to them about bringing 2 500-gallon tanks, and I have not had anybody get back with me to give me a quote on doing that. There is a guy over at Andrews that refurbishes tanks, and he will sell us a 1,000-gallon tank. The tank and the copper lines, the install, the delivery, the whole shebang for that is about $4,500. Now, that's an empty tank. We still have to fill it up when it's 800 gallons on an average of about $2.50 a gallon. So right now, that's what I found out about it. I did go back and look at the quotes on doing a diesel back at the sewer plant. That's a different company, but unfortunately, it's about $10,000 more than what the natural gas was. So it's kind of the same situation, no matter which way you look.
Mm-hmm.
Propane is going to be cheaper in the long run for install, but over time, it's going to cost more.
Yeah.
My personal preference is natural gas
Yes.
back there. Whether or not we can afford that at any time, I don't know. But the propane is going to be about half the cost of the initial install, but over months, years, whatever, natural gas is going to be cheaper in the long run. So
How long would that be? I mean,
what?
how long would that be before it evens out, you know?
I haven't got a cost on natural gas. I don't know for sure what you guys pay for it here in town and stuff, but like I said, the average for propane here in Indiana is $2.50 a gallon. So I haven't got a cost on the natural gas to know what that is and stuff, but I can't tell you that it'd be a year, I can't tell you it'd be 5 years because of, don't know how much the generator is gonna run.
I can tell you from experience on maintenance issues, with diesel and natural gas, we have a lot of buildings that have diesel, and they're more of a headache than natural gas. So you'll be putting more maintenance into those in the long run than will be natural gas.
But he was talking about the difference of the propane and the,
Right.
natural
Just
gas.
the cost of that, but still in the long runs for maintenance issues as well, you're gonna look into more of that we're gonna be spending
Mm-hmm.
on top of it.
A 1,000-gallon propane tank will allow us to run full bore for around 50 hours. The natural gas, if we had natural gas, then there would be unlimited issues with that. Since I've been here, the generator has never run for 2 days. It's 8 hours, I think was the longest one because it was a tornado went through Akron and took out a lot of electricity.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going off of what the installer was telling me and stuff that he preferred and whatever else. And I mean,
Do you guys have to do a weekly or monthly
there is
generator?
one, yes.
And how long is that?
How
long is that test?
An hour,
So an hour a week or an hour a month?
an hour a week.
An hour a week. So then you gotta take that in effect with.
So, yeah, it's an hour a week, goes under full load, just kicks on and off like it's supposed to with the automatic transfer switches. Everything's done with its own system.
Right.
So he is still, I reached out to him again today because the smaller generator is, he told me before I come talk to you guys last month that everything was still a go, that everything was gonna be the same cost. But since Generac is doing all the switching around and whatever else, but he hasn't given me a hard number yet. So basically the generators are back on hold again until I can figure out what's going on.
Okay.
The only other thing that I've got is I've got a scale in the chlorine building that needs to be replaced. And it basically, it tells us how much chlorine we use every day. It's $1,000.
I'm guessing this is something that we just have to have.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Is it 1,000 exactly?
The cost was, it was 900 and something. I don't remember exactly what it was, but I know $1,000. It's through Bill Anderson and stuff. It's a dealer that we deal with all the time.
Make a motion.
I want to say it was like 980, but I just said 1,000, whatever. it was.
To cover.
I'll make a motion to approve up to 1,000 for the chlorine scale.
Okay.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And I did get the telehandler, we've got it under the shop now. I was able to buy a bucket for the front of it, a brand new one through Metzger auction and stuff. I went around getting prices for them. They were anywhere from $600 to $2,000, depending on where you shopped at. Well, I got this one for $450. So, saved a little bit of money on that. I did order the grapple bucket, over the weekend too. It's gonna be a couple weeks before it comes in, but other than that.
And just to clarify, that all falls into what you guys have already authorized.
I should be coming in under budget for that number that they approved.
Good. Good job.
Could you do the same for the generators?
Please.
I'm trying. I can't find it. I found several generators online used that have less than 1,000 hours on them or whatever, transfer switches and everything else, but I can't find anybody that's willing to talk to me about installing them. So I've reached out, I've talked to 5 different companies now about generators and stuff, and none of them are interested in doing used. So, the generator's something that we have to have. We got lucky with this one down here as far as the used one goes, so I don't know if the used one is necessarily the way to go. I realize that it's a lot of money, but it is something we have to have. So,
Well, when they last came to check on this one, they basically said they couldn't get any parts for it. We
they've been
needed.
telling us that for years.
Yeah.
So,
Do we, and I'm just, man,
Yes.
have we already, do we know who installed the one that we have now? And are they
they're
still,
not in business anymore.
Okay.
It was, I believe the company's name was Hoffman. They were up here at 114 and 15,
uh-huh,
and now it's Motorcycle Shop.
okay,
So
all
I
right.
don't think the guys are even around anymore and stuff.
I don't think they can install that.
And-
It's worth asking.
And I'm sure Tommy can't do it. Is that right? And I'm sure you've asked him.
I talked to him, but he ain't got back with me. He won't get back with me.
Let me call around. I got some connections with you. I'll get with you.
Huh?
I said, I'll get with you after this. I got some connections. I'll see what we can do.
Yeah, I've seen them online, and I've reached out to a few guys to see what they're willing to do or whatever else. I don't know everything that I need to know down there as far as the generator goes, so that's the reason I'm reaching out to electricians to ask them about what phase and 3-phase and all the rest of this. But
Okay.
I haven't had anybody willing to even discuss anything with me about new generators.
And then also, could you make one clarification that the $10,000, they're still willing to do the hookup to the first generator, just not the
To the well.
second generator. Yeah, they're still willing to do the one to the
That is correct. The one
All right.
up by the well is going to be a free install through NIPSCO.
Yeah, because that was within a certain distance, right?
Yes. Up to 150 feet, it's 130 some feet where they're going to be putting the generator at. The problem with it is the guy can't tell me for sure that what he quoted me last year is still good this year because the EPA has come in and told Generac they got to step their game up. So he's supposed to be getting me a number, but he did not get me a number yet.
Okay.
The generator's up in the air.
I just wanted that.
Yep.
I wanted that part of it clear.
Anything else, Tony?
Nope.
Okay, Steve?
I sent you a quick quote. I need to get a set of pads for AED. Used them a couple weeks ago. And I don't carry spares for the fact that you have expiration dates, so. Went through the company, they had this place get ahold of me, it's $233.99, that's, no freight, no tax. So it's actually a good deal for the pads.
$233.99.
Yep.
I'll make a motion to approve the $233.99 for the pads.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Approved. Anything else?
No money, but the papers were served at 130 North Church. He picked his up with his girlfriend did it, Vinci Bob. And then I went to serve on his mother personally, but she wasn't picking hers up, but she had since I served those. And his girlfriend was up there watching the house, and I served on her personally, and she's gonna give it to his mother. I even told her that it might be good for him to come up here or for her to come up here, and they're not. So there is no change at the residence right now. The RV actually looks in worse shape. I think the one in it he left out collapsed underneath the snow. At least the vinyl stuff did. So everything's been served. It's been over the time limit. So,
Peg, would you give me that, please? Thank you.
And this is the second time that those were served then from the fall, right?
for the RV and the stuff in the backyard, this is the second time. He's been served other papers in the past.
They had 10 days from January 15th, which would have been January 25th.
Your girlfriend
And-
told me up there that they were having trouble getting somebody to remove the camper. When I talked to him, he told me he had somebody that was interested, that was who was giving it to. That was the last couple of excuses he told me he had somebody he was giving it to, or somebody was looking at buying it before that. That somebody was gonna fix up the RV, and he was doing it there, so there's different reasonings.
Christina, what are our next steps then after the 10 days?
Oh, one other thing. Steve did not, I can't say that he didn't serve, but he did not. I got the email from Steve on Wednesday, January 28th, that 803 Thorn Street had been served.
But it's still 10 days past that. So
Are we talking about the same property?
Yes.
I thought it was a different address.
No,
Oh, the 803 Thorn is
the mom.
the mom that
Okay.
owns the property. So I sent out, when I sent them
Right.
out, I
No, I
sent
get
out
it.
6 altogether.
I get it now.
That's how I went to the call with the county, because I was in Manchester and they had nobody up, so I shot over to help them, at their request.
So typically, we could just move forward,
Mhm.
but I think out of an abundance of safety, we were talking about filing to get a court order to be able to move forward with doing our own cleanup,
With it being in the backyard, is it?
right, with it being in the backyard.
Yeah, the RV is actually blocking the access where the truck's at. He says the fence still opens up, and that's how he got it back there. He just opened the fence up and pushed it in.
Mhm.
I think what Christina's suggesting is the right thing to do for safety, so.
So what would we need a motion for then?
To approve me to take further legal action, or to take legal action to get an order to enforce the cleanup.
I'll make a motion to approve Christina to take the legal action to get the property cleaned up.
Does that include all 3? One of them was a cleanup, one of them was removal of the RV, and the other one was a removal of a Dodge extended cab blue.
Whatever notices have been served.
So-
Aye.
All right, so for all notices served,
Yeah.
second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, approved. Anything else, Steve?
One last thing is that there has been some bumps with the new business down at the gas station. I had to contact probation over somebody that was attempting to sell alcohol that works down there. It's on probation, and she was restricted from being in any type of stores like that. I did talk to her, and she was clear that she needed to contact probation, but I'm legally bound to contact probation too. Probation decided, I believe, just to give her a warning this time. The other thing is I did have to contact excise because two of them that were selling alcohol down there does not have a permit to be employees to sell. So I contacted them, asked them to preview what they decide to do with that. I don't enforce those things. But, besides that, been pulling a lot of cars over down here on Chippewa and down 16. So not sure why they're speeding faster during the wintertime with snow and stuff, but we did have a couple calls for service there in town, nothing big, that anything I have to be worried about. If there is, I usually give you guys a head up. So besides that, unless the board has something for me, I need to let you know I won't be at the March meeting.
Okay.
That switch day conflicts with Olivia's basketball game, and I don't want to miss my girls' basketball game. So if something comes up that's pressing, I'll let everybody know.
Okay.
That's it.
Thanks.
All right, Christina, before we move to you, I did note that we got what you said and that we would review that. But do you have anything else?
Not with regard to the poll track, no. And yeah, we're on no time schedule as far as I'm concerned with that, but just let me know if there's changes or corrections. And then, of course, we've got to run it by the Lions Club and the pollers to see if they're on board with all of the terms. Did Bob update you on the park at all?
Only that we're having the fundraiser on the 9th of May, and that no additional work has really been done.
Mhm. That's all I've got.
All right, Bob,
No, sir.
any comments out there? The only thing I have is that March 21st, we're going to do the countywide cleanup, and we're going to focus on, they're going to drop off a roll-off down by the park and for cleanup along that tree line, but any area in town, you can pick up litter and bring it down to that roll-off there. But we'll get some more information out about that soon, and gonna work with Steve on helping coordinate that and getting the youth involved, so it should be a good day for that. If not, it is 7:23, meeting adjourned. Jerry's the one that slows us down, right?
Yeah.